Hey, what's up, all you investors out there? We are kicking off the Master Passive Income Podcast. My name's Dustin Heiner. I am your host for the Master Passive Income Podcast. I'm so excited that you're here with me on this journey to quit your job with rental properties and passive income and investing in real estate. And thank you for being a part of this Master Passive Income Podcast. Let's jump into this intro session.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate rental properties with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
Now, in this podcast, the Master Passive Income Podcast, we're going to be talking all about real estate rental properties and how you can invest in rental properties, making passive income every single month. That's money without you working an hour. You make money because your investment makes you money. Give you an example. You buy one rental property. You put a tenant in there. They pay you $1,000 a month. Your expenses total up to $700 a month. Well, that extra, that balance of $300, that goes into your pocket. That is $300 a month that you make from the tenant. That now goes into your pocket minus your expenses. So $1,000 rent minus $700 in expenses. It's $300 goes into your pocket that you can live on, that you can save up to buy more properties. You can do whatever you want with that money because it's your money. Wouldn't that be fantastic just to have a property that works for you rather than you working an hour and slaving your life away for years and years and years and hope that you have enough money when you retire? Wouldn't you like to know that when you retire, you have a set income coming in from your properties? You have passive income. You no longer have to work. So I'll give you a little bit about myself. My name's Dustin Heiner again, and I'm the founder of Master Passive Income. There's a quote that I want to give you. Now, this quote was by a man named Andrew Carnegie, very wealthy, very famous man. He said 90% of all millionaires became so through owning real estate. Now, I want to say that you can own real estate, rent it out, and make money every single month and be extremely wealthy where you don't have to get a job. You don't have to work a job. Now, not everybody either really wants to be a millionaire or has the desire to be a billionaire like Donald Trump or anybody that's a real estate mogul. It's not necessarily everybody's dream. It'd be nice for me to have millions and millions of dollars, but really, all I cared about was quitting my job. I was so tired of working for somebody else. I was so tired of working for somebody that I disagreed with how they did it, but how they wanted me to do my job. But I still did it because it was my job. I did it well. They always gave me raises when I could. They always gave me good reviews. But I just hated working for somebody else. I wanted to work for myself. So what I decided to do when I was 26 years old, actually, I think I was 27 years old. I decided to give myself 10 years to quit my job. I was going to work my tail off in whatever way I could so that by the time after 10 years was up, I would quit my job. I would stop working completely. And the way that I started down the path was I wanted to find passive income. Now, if you don't know what passive income is basically money that comes in passively without you working. Now, earned income is where you work an hour and you get paid for that 1 hour. Now, passive income is you work one time, you work 1 hour and you get paid over and over and over again from that money. From that one time you did that work. So let's say you write a book. You put the book on Amazon or Barnes & Nobles or some big company and you have them sell the book. Well, you did that work one time, you published it. Now you make money every single month because it sells on its own. Same thing with writing a song. You create a song, and that's why artists are wealthy, because they write it one time, play the song one time, and it sells over and over again because there are so many people they could sell it to. That is passive income. You do work one time, and you get paid over and over and over again. With real estate rental properties, you work one time by buying the house one time. And this is my business model, and what I suggest is you hire a property manager who then fixes up the property, then finds a tenant, places the tenant, and collects the rent every single month And if they need to, they'll do the eviction. They will find a new tenant. They'll fix up the property. They do all the work. And so I have changed my life from being working, a normal dead-end job where I'm working 40, 50 hours a week to where now I can do literally whatever I want. Give you some examples. I'm currently recording this in England, in Europe. And so right now I'm in England and I am on a 6-week vacation with my family. We are going all through England to Scotland to Ireland down to Israel, Austria. I'm actually giving you the itinerary. Austria, Germany, Sweden, France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. So we're traveling all throughout Europe for 6 weeks. And you want to know why? Because one, I don't have to worry about a job. I don't have to take off 2 weeks, 6 weeks, or whatever. I mean, who goes on vacation for 6 weeks? Well, this is my second time since quitting my job that I have been able to go on a 6-week vacation. So I have enough time, but then I also have enough money because all my properties bring in enough money for me to live on, for me to invest more, as well as to do fun things like this. Now, when I was 27 years old, I decided to give myself 10 years, like I was saying earlier. At 37 years old, I actually quit my job. I worked hard for 10 years. I sacrificed. I worked hard to not spend money, to save my money, buying one property, then taking all that profit that I make every single month from that one property, save it up to buy another property, and then save that one up to buy another property. And after I got to about the 6th or 7th property, I found that I can buy more properties faster and faster because my passive income grew so much faster. So imagine if you're making $200 to $300 a month. Let's just say $300 a month that you're making passively. That's profit in your pocket. Let's say you just get one property. Would your life be drastically changed if you had an extra $300 a month in your pocket that you could spend and do whatever you want? Absolutely. The first time I bought my first property, I started getting $300 a month in passive income. My life was drastically changed. Basically, I used my savings to buy my first property. And in buying my first property, I had $300 a month coming in. Then I saved that $300 a month and did some other work to try to make more money to buy another property. Bought a second property, then bought a third property. Now imagine getting 10 properties. You have 10 properties making $300 a month. That's $3,000 a month coming in, going into your pocket. Wouldn't that be just amazing, getting $3,000 a month? Sooner or later, you're going to have to where you can't stop the money from coming in. It just keeps coming in. And I got to the point after 10 years of investing, I also started other businesses. I had a retail shop. I had a restaurant. I had a graphic design company. I had a skateboard manufacturing company. So I was trying everything I could to quit my job. And real estate, I found, was the absolute best way. And this is why I started the Master Passive Income blog and podcast, is because I quit my job after 10 years. So when I was 37 years old, I quit my job, and it was really scary, and it was nerve-wracking, but exhilarating at the same time. See, I'm an entrepreneur from the deep down. I'm a driven entrepreneur. I just have to keep pushing and keep pushing. And I kept trying everything, but I found the easiest thing was actually the best thing. It was so easy to buy one property and get it a property manager that managed it and have them take care of the property, and I just made money. All the other businesses that I had, from the restaurant, the retail shop, the skateboard manufacturing, all that was so much work. Rental properties is so little work. I literally don't work at all. Just like the reason why I'm able to be here for 6 weeks in England and in the UK and in Europe for 6 weeks with my 4 kids, with my beautiful wife, traveling all over and being able to do this. Last year, right after I quit my job, I actually went to Japan. I went to Japan for 6 weeks, drove from Tokyo down to Hiroshima, up to the Sea of Japan, all back around the entire island of Japan, 1,200 miles round trip around Japan, seeing everything for 6 weeks. So this is my second 6-week trip since I quit my job, and I have more trips. Like I'm going to go to Alaska to go hunting and fishing. I'm going to go to travel the western half of the United States. I've been to Boston and New York with my wife. I've gone to Alaska a couple times. I've driven to Texas and all through Texas and New Mexico. we love to travel. That's basically what it comes down to. And what I was saying earlier, that some people want to be millionaires, well, that's well and good. I think that's fantastic if you desire to be a millionaire. I personally just wanted to quit my job and be able to do what I want when I wanted to do it. And now, because I have my rental properties, I am able to travel and do whatever I want. Basically not work, but just be with my family. So a little bit about me. So I grew up in Fresno, California. Fresno, California is a great place to live. After living there for 37 years, right when I quit my job, my wife and I moved to Phoenix, Arizona. Big reason to move to Phoenix, Arizona was to be close to her parents who are there, and also to get away from California. It's really expensive there. The laws are pretty rough for me. So much cheaper to live in Phoenix. Plus, we really wanted to be by her parents. So I'm married to my lovely wife named Melissa. Her name's Melissa. We have 4 awesome kids. They are terrific fun, and I love being with them all the time. That's why I take them places like, so going to Europe, going to Japan, going to Texas. I take them with me everywhere I go. So I started many businesses, but I began investing in real estate in 2007. Now, this was just before the crash of 2008, 2009. So that was one of the worst times to start investing. But that's when I started investing, and had take some hits throughout that time. But I continued to invest because I realized and I saw the potential of how real estate can change my life. Now, I quit my job in 2006, the end of 2006, early 2007. I quit my job to live the life of my dreams, and I was only 37 years old. And now I travel all over the world with my family. I do whatever I want. All I really need to do is just buy more properties, and I keep making more money. It's amazing. So let me give you a little quick rundown of how I bought my first 19 properties in 1 year. I'm going to go through these pretty quick, So my first property, I bought it for cash for $17,000. Can you believe that? A $17,000 property for cash, no more money. Like, I didn't have to get a mortgage. The purchase price was $17,000. I took all of my savings, my wife and my savings, right after, like 6 months after we got married, bought my first property. It rented for $525. I still own that property. It's still doing great for me. Then after I bought the property, I refinanced that property. And this was when they were still giving out loans. This was in July of 2007. Banks were still giving out loans really easily. I took out $15,000 of that property, of that money, refinanced to pull that money out, bought another house, bought that house for $10,000, still had extra money in my pocket, refinanced that one. Well, pause real quick. Number 2, also rented for $550. First one we rented for $525. Second one rented for $550. Remember, I bought the first one with cash. Second one I had a loan. The loan was only like $130 a month. So now I have 2 properties that bring in a total of $1,075, and only expenses I have is my mortgage of $175 a month, property manager fees and expenses. So I was pocketing in 1 year. So July bought my first property, October bought my second property. In that 1 year, I was pocketing $750 a month after all the expenses. Can you believe that? Just absolutely amazing. So then I took out I refinanced that second property, took out $20,000 and bought 2 more properties with that. One was $10,000, other one was $7,500. Really, really cheap homes. Now there are problems, which I'll get into a podcast where I'll tell you about all the cheap homes and the good ups and downs, the good and bad about buying cheap homes. So I bought those. Those are both renting for $500. Then September, bought another property of 2008 and bought property 5 and 6 in September. In October, I bought property 7. March of 2010, so I took about a year off and bought and tried to save money. Bought property 8 in 2010 of July, so 2 months after that, bought property 9. And then May of 2011, bought property 10. June, property 11. July. So I kept buying property after property, and it was by November 2015, I bought my 19th property and I bought it for $9,000 cash. The most expensive property that I bought was my first property, was $17,000. And as the market crashed, I was able to buy property so cheap. I bought one for $6,500. Can you believe that? $6,500 cash, rented out for, I think it was $450 or $500 a month. I don't have any more. I got rid of that one. But can you believe that? After 2 years, I literally had all the money back in my pocket that I paid for the house, and everything above that was just cash profit, just money rolling in. So after that, I had $9,500 in gross rents. Basically comes out to about $6,500 to $7,000 a month in passive income in just 8 years. Can you believe that? After expenses, I was pocketing $6,500 to $7,000 a month from the profits from all the rents. That's 19 properties. Now, what I did is not uncommon. It's not hard to do. It's actually very, very simple. I'm not a smart guy. I can admit that. I'm not great at numbers. I hate running numbers for my accounting and my IRS. I absolutely hate doing that. I pay other people to do that. But what I know how to do is I know how to make money. I know how to turn a real estate transaction into profit, where every single month I make money. So in 8 years, I bought 19 properties and had a total of $9,500 in gross rents. Can you believe that? So I want to ask you, what does your ideal life look like? You as a person, what would be the perfect day? What would that look like to you? Would it be sitting home reading a book? Would it be hanging out with your spouse or your kids or your friends? Would it be going on a trip to Hawaii? What does that perfect day look like to you? Stop right now and just think of that. What's a perfect day look like? For me, it's spending time with my family. I love spending time with my family. Other people, it might be traveling somewhere. Well, I do both. I travel at the same time. But the perfect day, what does that look like to you? Also, what's the big picture vision for your life? What do you want to do? Is the ultimate goal? Is it to quit your job? Is it to be a millionaire? What is the big picture vision that you have for your life? For me, it wasn't necessary to be a millionaire. A millionaire is great. I love that. But it was to quit my job. It was to be somebody that, not necessarily owning a Ferrari. Ferrari would be great. You see those pictures of guys having Ferrari standing in front of them. Oh, I flipped this many properties and I have a Ferrari now. That's all well and good. I just wanted to quit my job. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to live the life that I wanted to live. Now, that could be you. You could want the Ferrari, which I think that's fantastic. Buy properties to get your Ferrari. So what's the big picture vision? Mine was to quit my job. Think about that. How would it be if you can quit your job right now and never work a day in your life again? Wouldn't that be just absolutely amazing? Now, don't get me wrong. I still work. I still work on my businesses. I still try to build them, but I don't work for somebody else. I don't work an hour and have them pay me money where I earn money. I hate doing that. That's the absolute worst way to make money. And you'll find as you listen to this podcast and read through my blog, masterpassiveincome.com, all the articles I have, that you actually make so much less money working per hour than if you did where you do passive income as opposed to earn income. So next question. What things are important to you and your family? What's important to you that you want to invest your time in? Could it be volunteering at a local shelter? Would it be volunteering overseas? Would it be skiing all day, snow skiing all day? Would it be what's important to you? What do you value the most? Could it be helping people? Could it be serving at your church? Could it be just whatever? What's important to you and your family? You now will have the time to be able to devote to those important things and have the money to do whatever you want. Now, that's the beauty about passive income. So, what would your life look like if you didn't have a 40-hour-a-week job? If you didn't have to worry about your job to pay your bills, what would your life look like? It would look pretty amazing, wouldn't it? If you didn't have to worry about your bills because they were taken care of. What if you never had to worry about when the next paycheck would come in? Living from paycheck to paycheck? There's a saying that job is J-O-B. It's an acronym for just over broke. I absolutely believe that. If you have a job, you're basically going to be just over broke. And every paycheck comes in, you're going to be dying for your next paycheck. It's like living paycheck to paycheck. Now, what would your life look like if you can design your life for you? If you could say, I want to live in Hawaii so I can surf every day and I could work maybe 1 hour a week, would that be the ultimate ideal life? I think that would be a fantastic life to have. But what's your ideal life? It could be where you're serving in a church all day, every day, but you didn't have to worry about your bills. You didn't have to worry about getting a job. So what does your ideal life look like? What would you actually do with your time? Would you go to the gym more? Would you serve more? Would you read books more? Would you just hang out with your family? Think about that. And also, if you didn't have a mortgage, wouldn't that be amazing to not have a mortgage on your house because you're able to pay that off if you have all that money saved up and be able to pay it off? So when you're working towards investing in real estate, keep this in mind that your life will ultimately change dramatically. So we all want the dream life, and dream life basically has these 4 things. Time. As much time as you want for anything and everything to do. So if you wanted to take time to take your kids to the park, you don't have to ask somebody to get the time off. You don't have to use your vacation time. To live the dream life, you have to have enough money in order to do whatever you want. You need to be able to pay your bills at home while you go out to Hawaii to surf, or pay your bills at home while you go to Africa to serve the poor. You need to have enough money coming in to afford those things as well as pay off your bills. And so time is one, money is another. Another thing to have if you want to have the dream life is to have control over yourself, control over your life, so that you can dictate what you do rather than somebody else telling you what to do. If you didn't have a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 job, or 8 to 5 or 7 to 5, really long hours, if you didn't have those, that has somebody controlling you, controlling your time, they're basically holding your paycheck over your head saying, you do what I'm telling you to do or you're not going to get your paycheck. Well, you don't want that. You now have control over your life. You can do what you want when you want it. And the last thing that you need if you want to have the dream life is have the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. You don't have to say, hey, sir, can I have my 2 weeks vacation so I can go over here and do this, that, or the other? You don't need to talk to anybody about it because you are responsible for you. And that's having the dream life. And that's what real estate and rental properties will bring you. All right, so this is the intro, the beginning of the Master Passive Income podcast. I'm so excited you're here with me. This is episode 0 that hopefully you got know a little bit about me, where I got started. Now I just have such a passion for investing in real estate. On top of that, I love teaching people. Now, I've been investing in rental properties for many years now, and I quit my job. And I was so amazed at how many people wanted to learn how to invest in real estate just like I've been doing. And after so long, I started really thinking, man, I think a lot of people would actually love to hear how I quit my job with real estate. And that's why I started this podcast. That's why I started this blog, because I just love helping people. Hopefully you can tell, I really enjoy and love talking about real estate, talking about business, and helping others. I've been blessed to have the dream life. I mean, I'll tell you right now, like I've said, I'm literally sitting in England on my 6-week vacation recording this podcast because I am on a 6-week vacation with my family. So I am extremely blessed to have all these things, and I want to give back. I want to give to you. I want you to achieve what I have so that you can quit your job. If you want to be that millionaire, you can be that millionaire. If you want to have that Ferrari, you can have that Ferrari. If you want to just quit your job, then this is exactly the podcast for you. Hope you guys learned a lot about me and get excited about this podcast and learning about investing in real estate. Thank you so much for listening to this intro, episode 0 for the Master Passive Income podcast. Again, my name's Dustin Heiner, founder of Master Passive Income. Reach out to me. I want to work with you. I want to help you. My email is dustin@masterpassiveincome.com. Send me an email. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you're at in your investing. Let me know if you can, or if you have any questions, if there's any way I can help you. I'd love to help everybody that I can. Reach out to me. Go to masterpassiveincome.com. If you go there, you can see everything about me. Find my contact information as well. But anyways, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode. So watch out for the next episode where we talk about the 15 great reasons why real estate investing is the best investment, above stocks, above mutual funds, above bonds, above all that sort of stuff. In fact, I literally cashed out all of my 401k, all of my retirement to buy more properties because I make so much more money from my real estate than I do from any stocks or mutual funds or bonds or anything like that. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next episode.